Keifer dedicated himself to investigating the interwoven patterns of German mythology and history and the way they contributed to the rise of fascism. He confronted these issues by violating aesthetic taboos and resurrecting sublimated icons. Untitled, The Rhine, UntitledThe, Rhine, 1982, has two distinct parts. Along the bottom is the Rhine River, a frequent symbol in Keifer's works of the late 1960s. Keifer, who was born and raised along the Rhine, here recalls the iconic value it held within both Romanticism and the nationalist movements that followed. Over the river looms a building whose style evokes that favored by the Nazi regime, as embodied by the work of architects such as Speer and Wilhelm Kreis. Keifer thus juxtaposes the flow of nature, as represented by the river, with the formal aesthetic dogmatization that Nazism endeavored to impose as a standard.
This is the Rhine. It determined the northern frontier of the Roman Empire. It was the place to see the heaviest bombardment of World War II. Today, it is home to the biggest shipping ports and some of the most industrious regions in Europe. Packed with beautiful places and national treasures, the Rhine is arguably the most precious of the European rivers. But its importance, like the importance of most rivers today, is somewhat forgotten. Now that we are in the 21st century, with the Netherlands importing its tulips from Kenya and peace treaties being negotiated over teleconferences, it is easy to forget that nations are often shaped by their rivers. The Rhine is one of the major European rivers which has its sources in Switzerland and flows in a northerly direction through Germany and the Netherlands, emptying into the North Sea. It is the second longest river in Central and Western Europe at about 1,230 kilometers.
I'm called Anselm Keifer. I'm now in the Museum of San Francisco, and I'm sitting in the German floor. When I made these paintings, I made in the 80s. Yes, I just look around. Yes, it was in a small schoolhouse in the most retired part of Germany. It's a kind of mythological landscape. I was surrounded by meaningful things. And there I constructed my world. First, each people, each government writes his history. The history doesn't exist. You cannot do it really objectively.